Welcome. India's Film Censor Board has refused to certify the movie Lipstick Under My Burqa for its sexual references and use of abusive words, among others. In a letter to film producer Prakash Jha, the Censor Board has said that the story is lady-oriented. Their fantasy about life, there are continuous sexual scenes, abusive words, audio, pornography, and a bit sensitive touch about one particular section of society. And even as a string of celebrities condemned the developments as ridiculous, the film's director Alankrita Srivastav said she is determined to ensure that the Indian audiences get to watch the film.
पर्दे बड़े मोटे थे, अंधेरे में रोजी को कोई देख नहीं पाता।
देखिए, नाम से तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये कुछ कॉमेडी फिल्म है, लाइट हार्टेड फिल्म है। हर फिल्म मेकर को अपनी बात कहने का हक है, जरूर है, इसमें कोई शक नहीं। तो इसके साथ साथ मैं ये भी कहूंगा कि इस बात का जरूर ख्याल रखना चाहिए कि आप किसी पर्टिकुलर कम्युनिटी पर अटैक ना करें, उनका मजाक ना उड़ाएं, किसी के आप रिलीजियस सेंटीमेंट से ना खेलें।
CBFC जिसको सेंट्रल बोर्ड ऑफ फिल्म सर्टिफिकेशन कहते हैं, उनका ये हक होता है कि किस फिल्म को सर्टिफाई करना चाहिए और सेंसर कट होना चाहिए। तो उन्होंने, मुझे लगता है कि उनके जो कैप्शन के ऊपर ही आरोप लगाया है, और उन्होंने आरोप नहीं लगाया, उन्होंने कुछ ऑब्जेक्शन उठाया है। तो मुझे ये पता नहीं कि एग्जैक्टली उन्होंने क्या सीन्स कट किए हैं, क्या नहीं किए हैं, लेकिन प्रोड्यूसर ने, मुझे ये नहीं पता चलता या तो कि बुरखा ये वर्ड क्यों यूज किया।
देखिए, ऐसा है कि जो ये पिक्चर है, ये जो बनाई गई है, बेसिक इसका जो एम मुझे लगता है वो ये था कि विमेन की जो राइट्स हैं, अधिकार हैं, और सेक्सुअल अधिकार जो है उनके, उसके बारे में वो बेसिक थीम थी इसको लेकर के बनाई गई। लेकिन जब इसका पिक्चराइजेशन हुआ है, मैंने इसके ट्रेलर्स देखे हैं, और जब इसका हुआ है तो वो बहुत ही डिफरेंट ट्रैक पे चली गई है। CBFC का जहां तक सवाल है, CBFC हमेशा एक गाइडलाइन के तहत काम करती है। CBFC एक रिस्पॉन्सिबल बॉडी है सरकार की, उसकी जिम्मेदारी है कि जब भी कोई फिल्म निर्माता पिक्चर को उनके पास लेकर के आते हैं तो उसको वो बहुत ध्यान से देखे।
काफी समय से ये बहस चल रही है, और इस बहस के चलने से, इससे पहले उड़ता पंजाब हुआ, उसके पहले भी और कोई फिल्में हुई, ये डिसाइड किया गया कि श्याम बेनेगल कमेटी बनेगी, और श्याम बेनेगल कमेटी बनी। उसके साथ राकेश ओम प्रकाश मेहरा और फिल्म मेकर्स आए, और उन्होंने कुछ रिकमेंडेशंस दिए। मैं अपील करना चाहता हूँ हमारे आदरणीय इंफॉर्मेशन ब्रॉडकास्टिंग मिनिस्टर वेंकैया नायडू जी से कि इसको प्रायोरिटी दें। ये बहुत बड़ा इशू है। फिल्म इंडस्ट्री, एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री इसकी वजह से काफ़ी सफ़र कर रही है।
सेंसर बोर्ड किस विचारधारा से ग्रसित है और किस तरह के फैसले दे रहा है, ये मुझे लगता है सिर्फ इस एक पर्टिकुलर मूवी की बात ना करें, पीछे और भी कई बार ऐसे इंसिडेंसेस हुए, ये सबको मालूम है, सबको ज्ञात है। जो सबसे ज़्यादा शॉकिंग चीज़ है कि उनको ये लगता है कि महिलाओं को अगर उनकी अपने जीवन जीने की आज़ादी, या उनको अपने तरह से जीवन जीने की आज़ादी अगर दर्शाती है फिल्म, तो उसके लिए अगर हिंदुस्तान तैयार नहीं, तो मुझे लगता है इससे बड़ा मखौल महिलाओं के अस्तित्व का नहीं उड़ाया जा सकता। और
So those were some of the reactions coming in from the film fraternity and women's rights organizations, conflicting claims and counterclaims being made there. As you heard actor Raza Murad, for instance, and other women's organizations speak their mind on the issue. All right, for more on this issue, we're now joined by popular Hindi actor Sushant Singh. Good afternoon, Sushant. Moments ago, we heard actors like Raza Murad and women's rights organizations take a conflicting or a contrasting position on this issue of the censor board position on this film. As a member of the film fraternity, Sushant, what's your position? What's your take on this whole issue?
I can barely hear your voice, but I mean, because everybody's asking the same question, so I'm guessing the question is about...
Okay, Sushant, can I just repeat my question for once again, please? I was wanting to know from you as to where you stand on this entire issue. Because moments ago, we heard some members of the film fraternity, such as actor Raza Murad, and women's rights organizations take conflicting or contrasting positions on this issue. Now, speaking for yourself, where do you stand on this issue?
I strongly object to the Censor Board stand here of denying certificate to this movie, which has already been seen by a lot of people in festivals. In India as well. It's been appreciated. It has won awards. This movie has been directed by a woman. Dialogues have been written by a woman. Lyrics have been written by a woman. There are 4 prominent actresses in this movie. This talks about gender equality. Sex is one of the themes of the movie. And as a society, as Censor Board, let us please accept the fact that women also have sex. They also seek pleasure through sex, not just men. If a movie talks about that, what is so wrong?
Absolutely, Sushant. And today we're discussing the issue of the film Lipstick Under My Burqa. A few months ago, we saw a similar debate happen in the case of another film called Udta Punjab. Now, given your background as an actor, how do you look at the role or the controversy surrounding the film Censor Board, and what do you make of its position on the artistic liberties of freedoms as might be applicable in this case?
As a person from film fraternity, I am very, very sad because, one little step by little step, our liberties are being taken away. We cannot talk about political figures. We cannot talk about historical figures. We cannot talk about mythological figures. We cannot talk about communities. Now we cannot talk about women's sexuality and gender equality. So what is left to make? What kind of movies do we make? Mardhar, Dishum, that's all. Censor Board is very happy, the whole society is very happy when women are portrayed merely as sex objects for consumption of men. Then we are all very fine. Men leering at cleavages of women in movies, that's very well. Showing their legs, their bodies for pleasure of men. That's fine. Censor Board doesn't get hurt, communities don't get hurt by that. The moment we talk about that women also have the same rights.
Absolutely, indeed. And Sushant, just to take you back to what the objections or the apparent objections were, among others, there is this phrase doing the rounds, the film is lady-oriented. Now, what is one supposed to make of this comment by the Film Censor Board? How justified do you think it is in citing a film being lady-oriented to not give certification to the film?
This is this is one of the most bizarre ways to reject a certificate. They've started their reasons with this line. It's a lady-oriented film. What do they mean by that? It's beyond my comprehension, at least. Then they talk about fantasy beyond life or above life.
Right. Sushant, please stay on. We'll quickly cut across to a soundbite from Prahalad Nihalani, the chairman of the Film Censor Board.
This is my personal office. You come to CBFC, I will talk to you there. No, I am not going to comment. I am not going to comment anything.
Right, Sushant. So there we heard Nihalani say that at least not willing to take questions from the media just yet, stonewalling all queries on this issue. Now, coming back to you, Sushant, let's talk a bit about the future as you see it for the Hindi film industry, given the stringent or strident position taken by the Film Censor Board in the recent past. Going forward, what can the film fraternity as a whole do to lean upon the Censor Board to make it understand the changing realities and to move with the times?
Fraternity really needs to come together and put a lot of pressure on the government. And the government also, as they had promised, by forming the Shyam Benegal Committee for new guidelines for certification of movies, I think they should fast track that. And also, government should realize that this whole business of censor, ordering cuts or giving arbitrary certifications, it's all obsolete in the age of internet, when everything, every kind of content is available to me at the click of a button. What kind of certification are they talking about? This movie itself in a month or simultaneously at the time of its release, whenever it is released, it will also be available on the net without any cuts.
Right.
And you're free to watch.
Right.
So they should realize they are obsolete. You have to move with times. ISRO is launching 104 satellites in one go. We are sending Mangalyaan. And here, regarding creative content, we are still stuck in the patriarchal mindset.
Absolutely. Sushant, on that note, we leave it at that. That was popular Hindi actor Sushant Singh speaking on the controversy generated by the film Censor Board on the film Lipstick Under My Burqa. And as you heard him say there, he thinks the CBFC needs to move with the times. All right, moving on.